Hi guys, this is Lisa back with another video for Maymay's design team, and today we're going to work on a card that has some embossing on it. I have gotten a couple of stamp sets I'm going to use from Maymay's line. This one's called Power Flowers and this one's called Big Time Sayings. So you can see I've already done some stamping and a little bit of pre-work here. I've also got some Nuvo alcohol markers and some of my Spectrum Noir markers. I got a little bit of cross-grain ribbon, a little bit of bling, some of my stamp pads and tape, and of course art glitter glue. We're going to be concentrating on embossed looks this month on the Maymay design team, and so I have this Brutus Monroe embossing plate that kind of has a flower background on it. So what I've done is I've started with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or actually 11 inch that's folded to 5 1/2 card base in black. And then I love gray, and so I cut an insert for the inside of the card and went ahead and stamped that with the Big Time Saying stamp set. So what I decided to use was Sending and Hugs for the inside. And that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I also took the other half of that piece, this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through my embossing machine to get this piece. So my idea is this is going to go inside. This will go on top. And then I have 2 strips of paper. This is 2 1/4 by 5 and then 2 by 4 3/4. And this will go here. And I want to keep it that black and white. And I'm going to have my ribbon. Then I am going to take one of the flowers and I'm going to color it. And then I'm going to pop it up in the center. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is get our flower colored. So let's color that middle flower. So what I've done is taking some leftover packaging. You can see this was from a Maymay Made It stamp. I'm going to use this packaging to hold my flower in place as I color, so that way I can turn it easily. So I have 2 in case I feel like I need to color another one. And based on my ribbon color that I had, I decided to go with some grays from Nuvo and some of my blues from Spectrum Noir. Now I do have some blues in Nuvo, but they were a little bit different colors. You can see here, these were my practice runs, and this was my Spectrum Noir, and this is my Nuvo. And the reason I chose these is just because the color matched better. So you do have some different options if you own these. This is 425, 427, and 429. So to get started coloring this, the way I like to do it is start with the lightest color first. So I'm going to kind of fill in on my flower petals, the majority, this light color, just to start saturating the paper and starting to get the colors to move a little bit. And then I'm going to go to TB2. You can see this is a lighter color that goes well together. And I want to do the center of my flower petals in this lighter color. This darker color. And I'm going to come in again with the lighter color and blend all this together. Okay, this is TB1 again. Whoops, wrong side. So now I'm going to color this in. You can see where now I have some variation of color. Not all dark, not all light. And it blends really easy and well together. And so the paper I'm using is Neenah 110 pound. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is the 80 pound Solar White. So now I'm going to use my Nuvos, do some grays. And let's see, this is 489. and $4.87. So I'm going to start again with the lightest. Come in and I'm going to do part of this flower. And even though it's a flower, when I'm done, I kind of want it to look like a strangely colored poinsettia, if that makes sense, to kind of make it a blue Christmassy type flower. So while I have this gray out, I'm going to go ahead and do the outside part of these. I don't know if their leaves are part of the flower, but I want them to be gray. So in my world, they're going to be gray. And go back to this lighter color. And just kind of blend these in. You can see I'm not taking the time to stay in the lines. It's so intricate and the lines are so close together. It just kind of all blends together. I'm going to do some blending here in the center. And I want to darken up that center. So I'm just going to color that center even though it was not an open spot. So I think on the ends what I want to do is I want to do my darkest color around here and at the tips, and then come back and blend those out with that lighter color. So there's probably no flower in the world that looks like this, but that's okay. That's what artwork is all about. So I think I have some folks moving in next door. They're really, really loud with the moving trucks. And my poor little sausage dog doesn't like it when anything changes. So you can see this is one of the reasons I like using packaging or something of that sort. You can kind of manipulate it and move it around without actually having to touch it, especially if you were using inks or something else that would get on your fingers really easy. So I'm going to kind of go in here with a second coat, so to speak, and I'm going to layer this where it's a little bit darker. I want it to kind of blend in together. We'll see how this looks. Looks pretty good so far. So we may come in with some more in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and do the very outside in this turtle dove color just to bring in this gray and finish off this flower slash poinsettia look. I'm just doing the outline of the flower, not trying to cover up the edges. I want to bring some of that gray in from the center to the flower. And then just going to make this a little bit darker. I wish I had one color in between these two, but it is a 1 and a 2, so I guess there doesn't make one. I like that. I'm pleased with that. I think that looks really cool. That's kind of what I was going for. Whoops. See? So now we can come to our card base we have. And I want to pop this up and put this between these other two flowers. So give me some foam tape. Down here. My whiskers. Just cut that off. I cannot see it from the front. And then I probably need just a smaller strip here. Yeah, that gives it just enough dimension, I think, to get the look I'm looking for. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I think I want the bow that I have envisioned to go between the black and the gray. So I'm going to go ahead and build up this piece. Use my art glitter glue. It hasn't been opened in a couple of days. The horror. I've been trying to put up some of my everyday decorations so I can get ready for Christmas. I like to put my stuff up before Thanksgiving, a little bit early, so I can enjoy it longer. Because it's so much work to put up, I would really like to sit on the couch at night and stare at my Christmas tree as long as I can. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this here. and the bow between the two. I'll go ahead and put my flower on. Okay, this is going to be different. I love different colors. I really like the paper packs that have been coming out for Christmas and winter that has a lot of blue in it. I was kind of inspired by that look. So let's see. Kind of center it right here over the other two images where it's popped up and has color to it. And I'm going to use this ribbon, and I want to show you my trick of how to make the knot easily. So I take, let me put my pin back in my glue. So I take an item like this. We'll use this art glitter glue bottle and some ribbon. And I actually tie a knot over it, just like this. It's okay, Tay-Tay. It's all right, Latte. And then pull it off. And then this is actually going to be the top side of my knot. And I find this to be much easier, much simpler way of doing it. And then this can be your two sides to your card. So I've already had one made. Go ahead and do that. It's okay, Latte. Yes, it's kind of be here on the edge. Sorry about that. These people are freaking her out. Take me some Scotch tape. Here on the edge. Okay, yeah, that's good. There we go. Trim that off. Cute. Yeah, this is really cute. Just what I had envisioned. Do this on the outside. And then on the inside, I'm going to glue the Sending Hugs. I think this would be a nice, cheerful card that's nice colors for the season. Didn't have to say Merry Christmas or Thanksgiving, thankful, anything like that. Just kind of an everyday card that kind of alludes to, I guess, the Christmas colors. Oops. Like I was saying, the design team for the month of November is going to be using different types of embossing. Could be dry embossing or heat embossing. And so we're going to be showing y'all some different ways to use that. So I love the look of a background that's been embossed. It makes such a big difference. You can see here's the background gray that's been embossed, and here's the plain gray. It just makes a huge, huge difference. It really elevates the look of your card. So I hope you would try that. A lot of us have embossing folders, and I don't think we use them enough. Go down this way. This is my favorite side. Cute. I think I will finish this off with a little sparkly. I want to do some clear, and I may want to put a little black dot in the center, a little sparkly, so I'll pull that out. So here, let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That really brings out the Christmassy sparkly color. That's pretty. Definitely makes it stand out from the ones underneath it. well, I guess I've just decided to do the whole thing. And then, let's see which size of these. I think I like the littlest one. My pokey tool. There you go. Really, really cute. Very different colors. I hope you guys have enjoyed this card with the background embossing on it, and hope that you will give it a try. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.